at a 4th of July party, enjoying the company, food, and of course fireworks. A friend of yours who just come back from a deployment overseas is there, and you cannot wait to see him. It is finally dark, and everyone is waiting on the fireworks to start. You finally get a chance to walk over and see him and talk to him and see how is he adjusting since he's been home. In the middle of your conversation, they start shooting the fireworks, and you hear someone yell, "Get down and take cover." You jump and start to run, and then realize that there was no danger. Instead, it was your friend who was having a flashback of being under attack. After talking to him a little longer that evening, he tells you that he was diagnosed with PTSD, and with that comes the symptoms of flashbacks. After doing some research and talking to veterans who are suffering from PTSD, I'm able to stand here in front of you today and hope to help you understand what it is and how it affects them. I hope that the information that I'm providing you will help you understand what some of our veterans are going through. I will define for you what PTSD, what are flashbacks, how PTSD affects relationships, and how PTSD can cause the person to take their own life. What actually is PTSD? According to Anxiety Disorder Association of America, PTSD is a serious, potentially debilitating condition that occur in people who experienced or witnessed a natural disaster, a serious accident, terrorist incident, a sudden death of a loved one, war, violent personal assault, or life-threatening events. Research has shown that PTSD can also affect children who have a parent who is battling PTSD. The technical term for this is secondary PTSD, according to the ADAA. PTSD Foundation of America reports that 1 in 3 veterans that are returning home are being diagnosed with PTSD, and less than 40% of these will seek help dealing with it. PTSD is a serious problem that is haunting many of our veterans today, causing them to have flashbacks, relationship problems, and thoughts of suicide. Many of our veterans will experience what is called flashbacks, which are any sound, smell, or even something that a veteran has seen can trigger a memory of their time in combat, according to Psychology Today. In my opening story, the veteran who was just returning home was having a flashback of him taking fire where he was in the combat zone due to the sound of the fireworks. Another example would be a truck backfiring and causing the veteran to automatically jump behind something for protection. There are so many ways that a veteran can learn how to handle this. First, is for them to always acknowledge how they are feeling. Second, call someone that they trust and talk to them about what is happening right then. And finally, try to talk to your family about what caused the flashback so they can try and help to control the situation. Another problem that PTSD causes is relationship problems. Trust me when I say that it's not easy living with someone who suffers from PTSD. I've learned that it takes someone special to handle all these problems that it causes. You can learn how to handle the sleepless nights, the emotions that change at the drop of a hat, and you learn how to listen better than you ever have. No, you don't understand what they're going through, but you learn how to accept the fact that the person you love has changed, and you open up your heart to the person and let them know that you do still love them and you care for them. PTSD can cause your loved one to have problems with trust, closeness, and communication. This will cause the spouse to feel insecure, not wanted, confused, lost, and unloved. With both of you feeling all of these feelings, you begin to drift apart. One thing that a spouse can do is to help, is to listen to the veteran. Do not judge them for what they're going to say. Another way is to get into a support group for couples and listen to see how they are handling the PTSD, and maybe it can help you. Remember, you cannot fix PTSD, but you can do everything in your power to learn about it and to help your spouse through their hard times. Lastly, PTSD has led thousands of veterans taking their own life. On an average, 22 veterans a day take their life, according to Mission 22, that was put together to raise awareness for veteran suicide. CNN reported that 30% of all veterans have considered suicide at some point. Michael Shabam, a military suicide expert at the National Institute of Mental Health, says that the rate of recent veterans is higher than those in the past, including those that have reported having suicidal thoughts in the Vietnam War. There are hotlines for the veteran to call in case the veteran finds himself in a situation that he needs to talk. There are also programs that offer counseling to all veterans who suffer from PTSD. Most veterans today are being treated with counseling and medication to help them attempt to control the symptoms of PTSD. The veteran can also apply for a service animal to help him manage the symptoms and to help him when he is feeling low. In closing, I would like to conclude with these thoughts. PTSD is a true burden on our veterans today, and it does need to be researched a little bit better in order to make sure that we understand what it is and how to help those. PTSD is a serious problem that is haunting many of them today, causing them to have flashbacks, relationship problems, and thoughts of suicide. I will leave you with this quote from Lori Goodwin. Even in times of trauma, we try to maintain a sense of normal until we no longer can. That, my friend, is called surviving, not healing. When we never become whole again, we are survivors. If you are here today, you are a survivor. But those of us who've made it through hell and are still standing, we bear a different name, warriors. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.